What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. We have a fantastic Friday cast here today. You have myself, AlphaDog Bets, here with my guy, JD, from Line Movers, and back on the show, who we absolutely love to see. We have our guy, Joe, from Lay Off the Juice. Joe, we're going to start with you. How are you today, brother?
Feeling really good, dude. I had a monster day yesterday, so
Hell yeah.
feeling
We'll get
really,
into that.
really good.
We'll have to get into that in a moment. You're better than me because I would have jumped right in. But you know, because you're better than me at this, that we have a whole segment we're about to get into to go through our recap. So well done, Joe. JD, how are you today, brother?
Good, man. Doing well. Jake's already in here. Okay.
Jake, what are you yelling about now? The Knicks aren't even here. What are you yelling about?
But yeah, man, doing good. You know what? Last night, this is really random. I just had a random thought. I was just sitting there on the couch, and I was like, man, a shitty NFL game would be great right now. A shitty Thursday night NFL game like a Browns versus Jets would be great right now. So I'm definitely ready to see some football, and we're actually not that far away, guys.
We're really getting close, bro. It's crazy how fast the year is going. It does not believe we're in the middle of June. Like, I can't believe that.
Yep.
Dude, that shitty game you just mentioned would actually be a good game with the new roster additions.
Right.
We'll see. We'll see. We're gonna have a ton of NFL content as we always do, but today's a very exciting episode. I know you guys probably saw in the intro. We do have a new Best Bets segment planned for you guys today. We have a lot of new cool offerings for you guys. We're really excited to bring those to you. But, boys, as we always do on this show, which I had to stop Joe from doing, which I actually didn't have to stop Joe. He was fantastic. But we have our Thursday recap. Joe, you kind of said you had a big day yesterday. Let the people know what happened.
Yeah, man, I hit 5 out of 7 bets. So feeling pretty good. Went up 8 something units. So good day overall.
Hell yeah, we love to hear that. Let's replicate that again and have another profitable day today.
I'm sorry. Yesterday was a day off, the day before. So the last day that I bet was my monster day. And,
a little bit of a letdown there. A little bit of a letdown there, but it's okay. We'll carry that momentum over.
If a day is extremely good, I take the next day off. So my yesterday was, Wednesday. I misspoke. So
that's crazy, bro. Because if I'm red hot, I'm the opposite. I'm trying to fire and keep the red hot vibes going. So everyone has a different style, though. So I could appreciate that. You're heading into the weekend up big units because you had a big day on Wednesday. So let's keep that momentum rolling. We have a great slate for it today. JD, how did you do yesterday, brother?
I broke even. So not that bad, but I cannot believe the Giants blew that 2-run lead.
Yeah, I know. Not just a 2-run lead. It wasn't just a 2-run lead. They blew a lead all game. They had a 4-run lead. Then it got back to 2. Then they opened it up to a 5-run lead. Then it came all the way back. So the Giants had so many opportunities. And that closer who they used yesterday, JD, did not allow a run in 17 straight innings. He had the longest scoreless inning streak. And he only had 3 walks on the year. He had 43 strikeouts and 3 walks on the year. And I believe he walked 3 batters in the inning. So he doubled his output. Just unlucky there. We had that red right. I would play that exactly the same today if it was the same game.
Yeah, definitely. So that was a big swing. So yeah, it was an even day. As far as tennis goes, it was another good day there. So yeah, man, doing good. On the week, let me see here. On the week now, I'm 21-12, up 24 units. So things are rolling along nicely.
We absolutely love to hear that. I will jump in next. We won again yesterday. We went 1 game over 500, but we profited every single day this week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, now Thursday. 5 consecutive days of profit for our VIP. So hoping to keep that going into the weekend and continue to win units. All right, boys. Well, it's about that time. We have a big slate we're getting into today. We have 5 baseball games, I believe. 4 baseball games and 1 NBA game because we have the NBA Finals tonight. So let's dive into the first baseball game of the day, gentlemen. First game we're going to be breaking down today is going to be the Pittsburgh Footies. We have the Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the Chicago Cubs. Pitching for the Pirates is Paul Skeens. It's Paul Skeens Day, and what an absolute travesty the Pittsburgh Pirates are and what they have done to Paul Skeens this year. He has an ERA of a 1.8, a whip of a 0.84. In 91 innings of work, he has 92 strikeouts. He's only allowed 56 hits, 20 walks, and has only allowed 5 homers on the year. Let's put that in perspective. The guy he's versing today, Cade Horton, the pitcher of the Cubs, has pitched in 30 innings. So 1/3 of the innings is Paul Skeens. He has 4 homers allowed in the year, and Skeens only has 5. JD, we're going to start with you. Are these Pirates going to win for Paul Skeens? He's 4-6 on the year with a 1.8 ERA and a 0.8 WHIP. What is going on with this team when he goes out there? What do you like in this one?
Yeah, man, they have definitely not been. I will say for the past 3 to 4 weeks, though, the Pirates really haven't been playing like that bad.
They've been good.
But here in this spot, though, Paul Skeens, I mean, yes, as far as his numbers are, are definitely good. Will say, as far as this Cubs lineup, they've actually hit him decently well, though. Their like numbers really are not bad. As far as the sample size there is still on the smaller side.
Of course.
But yeah, it's still not bad though. Then the Pirates on the road this season, I mean, they're just a horrible road team. They are 9-23. The Cubs, we actually talk about the Cubs a lot. They've like been playing good of ball. They're also a great home team. They are 21-11. Actually home here. And then you have Cade Horton. He hasn't pitched very many starts. His last start was his worst start. But I am expecting him to actually bounce back here. It's crazy, and I hate betting against Skeens, but if I had to play this one, I actually would be on the Cubs here.
I have a question for you, JD. So one thing sticks out to me in this game, and you're one of the best at totals that I know. Truthfully, you are one of the best at finding totals of anyone on Twitter, on X, anyone who sports bets. You're one of the best that I know with that. When you take a look at this game and you see a 6.5 total here, what do you think?
I could see where people would like the under. I could see with the pitching, and I could see with the weather.
You can't take an under at 6.5.
That's what I was about to say, but I would actually play the over here.
That's my play on this game. It's going to be the over, and it's strictly a numbers play. It's currently at 6.5, juiced on the over. I think most people will take the under in this game, but Paul Skeens is 4-6 with a 1.8 ERA, like I said, and they just don't win for him. Cade Horton on the other side, he's 3-1 on the year with a 4.1 ERA. What does that mean? Cade Horton gives up runs. But what does that also mean? The Cubs tend to score runs when he's on the bump, and we only need a 3-3 ball game for this to cash. If this hits 3-3 at any point in this game, somebody has to win the game. So now that the total has dipped under 7, which it was to open, now it's down at a 6.5. I'm definitely playing the over 6.5 here. I know it's a scary play. We have Paul Skeens on the bump, but he doesn't exactly give you zeros every time he's out there. And I do think we can see this game easily hit 7 to 8 runs here and get an easy cash. When a lot of people think this is going to be a free under, that number you can't ever play under. Do you feel that way, JD? You can never play under 6.5 when you see a 6.5. It's either over or stay away from a total on a 6.5 line.
I mean, like I know that a lot of people will go the other way. If a total is really low, they're going to play it under, and if a total is really high, then they're going to play the over. But as far as that 6.5 though, I'm going to always try to find a way to play the over though.
Me too. It's just a trap number.
I was about to say, if I can get anything to show me where this could get over, then actually I'm going to play the over there.
And if one of the starters has an over 4 ERA, that's pretty close on one side to the 6.5 already. Joe, what are your thoughts on that kind of tactic on the over, and what do you like in this game?
My thoughts on that tactic is, in order to hit a 6.5 under, you have to have 2 lights out pitchers that are going 7 innings, because the bullpen will get in there and wet the bed. Like 100%. It really only takes one relief pitcher, and you're over that 6.5 quick. But my play on this game, you guys kind of hinted at it, was I took Cade Horton's over 4.5 hits allowed. I really, as much as I really want to back the Pirates, I don't have the nuts to do so. They've shown me time and time again where they will not score, right? But when I look at the numbers, Cade, he's like at home, he's pitched 11 innings. He's given up 11 hits. That's 1 hit per inning. His outs is juiced at the over 5.5 innings. So if you're going to tell me he's going 5 innings, he could give up 1 hit per inning. Like, let's not be that ridiculous. And at minus 125, I just feel like that juice is worth it. It's worth the squeeze for me, because even if they strand runners on base, they'll get singles. this Pirates team has lost 4 of the last 5 against the Cubs. And if you're losing to the exact same team over and over and over, it's annoying as hell. So 5 singles off of a guy who's going to go 5 innings, that's not hard to do. So that's where I found the most value on this one.
I like it. So let's see runs here, and let's see that go over the total, and let's see you get that prop as well. All right, gentlemen, you ready to move on to the second game of the day?
Let's do it.
This is a good one to talk about as well. We got the Yanks, we got the Red Sox. The series is in Boston, where the Red Sox are a 19-17 ball club. Yankees are coming in hot, just swept the Royals. They are 42-25 in the year, and they are 21-13 on the road. Tell me if you've heard this pitching matchup recently. We have Ryan Yarbrough pitching for the Yanks. He's 3-1 on the year with a 4.17 ERA. On the other side for the Red Sox, they have Garrett Crochet on the bump. He's 6-4 with a 2.35 ERA. Why am I asking? Maybe you've heard this pitching matchup before. Maybe we've seen something similar. Well, that's because both these pitchers last start was in this spot. We just saw this matchup. The Red Sox did win 10-7. Yarbrough had his worst game as a Yankee. He was only able to go 4 innings, gave up 9 hits, 8 earned, and they won the game, like I said, 10-7. But it's a rematch of what we just saw. Last game was in New York. Now this one is in Boston, and you can understand why the Red Sox are a -150 when we just saw this pitching matchup and Boston dominated from the get-go. JD, Yanks coming in at a +125. There could be some value. They are hot right now. They were not hot when these teams played a week ago, but the bats have woken up, and the Yanks are playing some good baseball. What are your thoughts on this game? Do the Yanks have value at +125, or do you like maybe the Red Sox are a total in this spot?
Yeah, just like you were saying, man, these teams, not just the teams, but these two pitchers literally just faced off their last start. Both of them had horrible starts. Like you said, Ryan, he gave up 8 earned actually runs and actually 4 innings. Then actually Crochet gave up 5 earned and actually 6, which for him, that's extremely bad.
Yep.
This situation pops up, from actually time to time. And I love to play overs here with them when, the pitchers, this was the last team that they just faced. It scares me a little this time, though, because they were so bad the last start.
So I couldn't agree more, JD. I was going to ask you that. Usually when we see something like this and the team's seen these pitchers, they just saw him, you usually want to take an over, but they were so bad.
Yeah, so that's why, as far as the total, I have to stay away here because I'm expecting both of these guys to actually have an actual bounce back start here. To me, this comes down. I mean, as far as the starter, the Red Sox definitely have the edge there.
Oh, it is the Red Sox ace versus the Yankees lowest ranked starter. So you're 100%. That's the best way to look at it.
So as far as the starting pitchers, Red Sox definitely have an edge there. But as far as the bullpen, Yankees do have an edge there. And then as far as the lineup, they have a huge edge there. This Red Sox lineup, I've talked about it before. They either put up a bunch of runs or either they don't. That's just what it seems to be from them. It's a hard team for actually like me to back because I never know what I'm gonna get.
They're very unpredictable, right? They're hard to read. This Red Sox team.
Very. This for me, even though with the starter, like I said, we do not have the edge there. But for me, at this price, it would have to be a Yankees play.
I'm in agreement with you. I don't usually like to play the Yankees when, we're in a matchup where I do think the Red Sox have the by far better pitcher. But like we said, the Yankees just saw Crochet. They hit him hard. Aaron Judge got the off day yesterday. He will be rested, ready to go. His first off day of the entire season was yesterday. So I do think we will have a big performance at a Judge coming in fresh, feeling good, ready for this game. And the Yankees are hot. There's no other way to put it, JD. I know the Red Sox are playing good ball as well. They're winners of 4 of their last 5. But the Yanks are winners of 3 straight, and they showed last night that they could do it in any type of way. Devin Williams, who I have shit on all season. Has there been a reliever that I have talked more shit on this year, JD, than Devin Williams? I'll answer that. No, because he's been that bad. He's deserved to get shelled as much as he has. But now, since he's had to go back in the closer role due to Luke Weaver going to the IL, He's been good. He had that one bad performance, and I believe it was his first game. I know JD was against, I think, the Guardians, and you had the minus 1.5, and then there was that disaster in the ninth inning. Since that game, he's been good. He had a big game last night as well. The Yanks have a huge advantage when this game gets out of the starter's control. And at plus 125, I do believe you have to take the Yankees in the spot. If you want a value play, you need a dog tonight, this is a good spot for it. Give me the Yankees at plus 125. I do think we'll see a big performance out of them. Joe, what do you got?
So you guys alluded to it earlier for the reasons why both pitchers got slammed very hard. I took an alt line here. I took over 9 for plus 115. I think that's way too much value, being that the last 3 times these teams have faced each other, both sides have scored 6 or more runs, right? The Yankees in an away spot, they're 7-3 to the over. They're 21-13 for the season to the over. The Red Sox are over 50% at home to the over. The Red Sox do not like the Yankees. That is one team that they actually show up for. So I do like the pitching advantage for the Red Sox. However, I'm just gonna play the over. Like, you're gonna give me plus 115 for over 9 when I just saw both of these pitchers get smashed a week ago. And the last 3 times these teams have played, they don't like each other. Whenever you have a qualitative stat like that, I tend to factor that. I weigh that a little bit heavier because from a trend analysis, a qualitative stat is what throws it over. So if I know that both of these teams are going to show up and you're going to give me 9 at plus 115, I'm just going to take the stress out of it and play the alt line at 115. So that's where I'm at.
I respect it. All right, boys, you ready to move on to the third baseball game? I think it's the third, right? Yeah, the third baseball game we're going to be breaking down today.
Let's do it.
Let's get it, boys. Third game, and I think this is another good one, which we might be able to have some value on. We have the San Diego Padres coming in 38-29 on the year, but they are 17-17 on the road, taking on a D-backs team that is as 500 as you could possibly be. They are 34-34, and they are 18-17 at home. Pitching matchup, we have our guy, JD, Stephen Kolak, who people don't seem to respect, but we've had some good success backing him in the past. He's coming in 3-1 on the year with a 3.0 ERA. His whip is at a 1.24, so his overall metrics are pretty damn solid. On the other side, we have Ryan, however you pronounce R-Y-N-E. Ryan Nelson is going for the D-backs. He's 2-2 on the year with a 4.6 ERA. This line stinks. I mean, is that the only way to put it? Boys, do you agree with me? Like, this line does not make sense. It does not make sense. The D-backs are a minus 135. They have the worst starter here. The Padres are the much better offense. They're the team that has been better over the course of the season. I know the D-backs are coming in off a sweep. They did sweep the Mariners, but let's be real here. The Mariners have been a major disappointment this year. They have not exactly been a fantastic team, but the D-backs got the job done. They are hot. They did win all 3 games in that series, so you have to give them credit there. The Padres played a good series against the Dodgers. They did lose 2 out of 3, but one of those was in extra innings. They did win one of those games by 10 runs, so they did compete, and they did face a much better competition than the D-backs have been facing recently. All that being said, Joe, we haven't started with you. We got the Pods. We got the D-backs. But to me, this line is fishy. What do you like in this one?
This is my most nervous bet of the day. I will say that. But I think the Nerfy at minus 110 is a lot of value on it. Here's why. My guy Steven has not, on the road, has not given up a run in the first inning yet. He's 5-0 to the Nerfy. On the other side, you got my guy Nelson, right? So he's 2-0 at home. He is not giving up a run at home. Couple that with the Padres just don't start games fast at all. They just don't. The last 3 games that they played, yes, they were against the Dodgers, but the last 2, they didn't score a run at all in the first inning. So it's like if the Padres bats are going to be asleep until like the 2nd or 3rd inning, then that to me gives him a little bit of the advantage. Also, it's his big game today. Like, he's like, hey, I'm playing the Padres, a really good team. I'm showing up. So one guy just doesn't give up yards on the road. I mean, we
were talking football before, early in the show. It's been on all of our minds. Way to go, JD. You did that, JD. That's your fault.
My guy Steven just doesn't give up runs in the first on the road. And my guy Nelson is like, I need to show up today. It's my big day at home. My parents are probably going to be at the game, whatever you want to call it. And at minus 110, there's absolutely no juice. The Padres bats just don't wake up. So the Nerfy is my play on this one.
So lay off the juice is playing a play with no juice. Living up to the name, Joe. We love to see that. You said something interesting there where you said your guy Steven, Mr. Kolek, does not give up runs in the first inning. Mr. Kolek on the road. Mr. Kolek does not give up runs on the road. He has a 0.85 ERA this season on the road. So not just the first inning. Of course, he's been fantastic in the first inning.
Yeah.
But this guy has been fantastic every game on the road. Like I said, he's 2-0 on the road this year, 0.85 ERA. It doesn't get much better than that. I'm going to be backing the Padres here. I'm going to take a small play on them at the plus 120 odds. I do think they are going to be able to get a win here. I do think they should be able to get some runs off Nelson, so hopefully we get that after the first inning for you, and we do see the Padres have a big performance. I think their bats will show up in a big way in this game, and we will see the Padres pull out an underdog win here. JD, over to you. What do you got?
Yeah, man, the lines here, I'm totally messed up. I'm like just confused, just kind of all the way around here. Just like you said, our guy Steven Kolek there, like as far as on the road, he's pitched so well.
Lights out.
But my numbers for this game are telling me to bet the over, and they're saying it says slam it. And those two things, just knowing what I know, they just don't go to like together here.
Right.
So I just can't do that. And then as far as Ryan Nelson goes, like, you know, he's now as far as his last start, he actually like did get shelled. But other than that, he really hasn't been that bad. But he is a guy that I am looking to actually like fade though. So this would normally be that spot where I'm trying to fade him. Just this number, like the number makes no sense to me whatsoever here.
I get that.
And so as far as the Padres, that's how I would have to like play this one. Matter of fact, I didn't even look at it, but the Padres team total over may actually be the best play here.
At 4.5 at -102. I saw that.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, I think that's actually how I would go about this.
I like that too. I think they're going to score runs in this game.
I was about to say because everything is showing me runs here. So with that, and I definitely like the Padres side more. So yeah, I think that's actually the way that I would go.
Especially at the price, right? If you can get the price at a plus 120, it's definitely more appealing than playing the juice on the D-back side as well. David is here. What's up, David? We appreciate you, bro. That was the first game we did go over. If you want to rewatch or rewind, you can see everything we said on that game. My play on that game, by the way, is the over 6.5. I am playing the over 6.5 there. It's just a very, very low line. But you could definitely go back, rewind, and see everything we said on that. If we didn't already cover it, we would cover it. But just rewind a little bit. You could see everything we had to say there. All right, boys. Anyone else have anything else to say on this game? You ready to move on to the next one?
Let's move on.
Let's move on, boys. Next game we're breaking down is a team I don't really want to talk about today, and that's going to be the San Francisco Giants because they pissed me the fuck off yesterday, but I digress. Pitching for those piece of shit Giants is Logan Webb. Webb's coming in 5-5 on the year with a 2.58 ERA, and boy, the Giants have done him dirty. 5-5 with a 2.5 ERA. Not exactly great results for the Giants when Webb's been on the bump. He's given them some good performances, but they haven't got the win for him. On the other side, we have our guy, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Yamamoto is coming in 6-4 in the year with a 2.2 ERA. The Dodgers really haven't done right by him either. He should have a much better record than 6-4, but here we are. He also has a whip of exactly a 1.0, which is phenomenal numbers here. Surprisingly, we've made it to June 13th. Oh, today's Friday the 13th. Wow, just realized that. This is the first time these two teams have played each other all year.
I think this is the only Friday the 13th of the entire year.
Yeah, I looked down and saw 6/13 as their first game and then looked up on my computer and saw it was Friday today. And in my head, I'm like, oh, it's Friday the 13th. We have to let the people know that. So maybe some weird shit will go on in baseball today. But JD, first time meeting between these two teams this year. What do you got in this one?
Man, this is a spot that I absolutely love. We had the Giants. We all fucking hate them. Like,
yep. I have for 2 years, JD. On this show last year, I think every day I said they were my most overrated team in baseball. And then this year I backed them a couple times, and I remember why I fucking don't like backing them.
Yeah. So we have them coming off of a Coors Field game, and they did not get a break. So basically any team in this spot, like I'm already kind of like actually this is a fade spot because actually normally without that day break, the team's bats, they normally do not hit as actually well. And today it's not just a regular somebody that they have to, this Giants lineup has to face either. They have to face Yamamoto, and I feel like it's going to be a tough day for him.
Yamadaddy's been good all year.
So as far as the Giants, as far as their team total under, I definitely do not mind that. But the way that I am going about this here is also the Giants, as far as the past few days, if you've been paying attention to those games, they've used a lot of bullpen.
Oh, yeah.
They've used a whole lot of bullpen. And just like I also said, they still did not get that day of rest. So you have the Giants going up against Logan Webb. And, I mean, like, he's been good. I mean, like, fresh like the most part, he has pitched well. But the Dodgers' numbers against him, the Dodgers have actually seen him a whole lot.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, like, they have hit him well. So you're getting that, and then you're getting an actual bullpen that has been used heavily the past few like days here. And like I said, I just don't think the Giants bats tonight. I just don't think that we will see many runs from them. So I am personally on the Dodgers -1 line.
I respect that. I'm playing it a little bit differently here. You guys know every single day I have my daily parlay. Leg one, the LA Dodgers tonight with Yamamoto on the bump. Yamadaddy's been unbelievable all year, and I do think that will continue against this Giants lineup. I don't really see any gaps in this Giants lineup that should be able to get off on him. I do think Yamamoto will be able to get off on them and have a big performance here. Second leg of my parlay is a game we're not talking about, but it is going to be the New York Mets taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Quickly, I'll touch on that one. Let me pull that up right here. Clay Holmes is starting for the Mets, which pains me to say as a Yankees fan, and Clay Holmes was our closer the last couple of years. He's been a fantastic starter for this team. He has done a fantastic job transitioning into the starting pitching role and performing for the New York Mets. Whatever the hell their pitching coach has done to this team with the amount of guys that have been absolute gas cans before they got to the Mets, and the Mets have made them into quality starters, needs to be a movie about this guy. And JD, we talk about it all the time, but I mean, you have guys like Clay Holmes, who was a dead closer. He did terrible last year. He lost his job, then goes to the Mets, becomes one of the better starters. Griffin Canning, a guy we just saw pitch the other day, another one who has had a pretty lousy career out in LA. I think we all know that. Goes to the Mets. He's turned it around completely. Sean Manaea came over from Oakland, really wasn't great, turned his career around. It's just what the Mets do. If you see them sign a guy you think is lousy, like maybe Andrew Heaney a couple years ago, no one wanted him, kind of turned his career around. He should have been a Met because he'd probably be a Cy Young candidate if he was. But back to this game, I do think the Mets are going to get it done. Taj Bradley is pitching for the Rays tonight, and if you watch the show, you know I love to fade Taj Bradley. I think he's an awful starter who gets hit hard. So the parlay yet again, Dodgers, Mets, you can currently get it at a +145. Pretty good price on the parlay. Joe, over to you. What do you like?
I'm going to go with Logan Webb over 5.5 strikeouts. I'm going to fade the trend of him getting absolutely slammed by the Dodgers. Head-to-head, he's only cleared this line once out of the last 4 times they played. However, looking at his recency, right, I'm more of a what have you done for me lately kind of guy. And just this year, I cannot ignore his strikeouts. And I know the Dodgers lineup is scary top to bottom, but they do strike out. I feel like they took the bug from the Yankees last year for swinging for fences. And Ohtani, I love back at his home run prop, but he will strike out because he does take big gambles and misses. So Logan Webb's last 3 starts, he's had 10, 7, and 10. And that was against the Tigers, the Padres, and the Braves. So those are 3 solid offenses, and he's had 7 or more. Looking at his away games, he's had 10, 6, 9, 10 in his last 4 away games. So to say that he can't get 6 against the Dodgers lineup, who he's probably sleeping early for, looking forward to, and the bullpen is taxed, they're going to need him to go at least 6 innings. So I think he can get there. I think he'll have the volume. There's 4 guys in the lineup with a strikeout prop of 24% or more. So I'm going to go with Logan Webb over 5.5 strikeouts for -115.
I like it.
Take it.
Let's see him get exactly over that number and then give up 972 runs immediately after that. I know we'll all be very happy if that is the case. Well, gentlemen, I think you know what time it is. We made it to the lay off the juice hour. We made it to the biggest game of the day, what everyone's been waiting for. NBA Finals Game 4 between the OKC Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. We all know what happened last game. OKC came in big favorite. Didn't play out that way. Pacers, unbelievable fourth quarter. They won the fourth quarter by a score of 32-18. They won the game by a score of 116-107. What does that mean? Complete collapse by the Thunder in the fourth quarter. Complete takeover by the Pacers in the fourth quarter. But now, Pacers hold a 2-1 series lead in a game where the Thunder really can't lose. Joe, we got to start with you. We got game 4.
So, hear me out. My absolute favorite prop on this game, by far, is TJ McConnell over 13.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This little dude has been the most consistent. It doesn't matter if he gets 15 or 20 minutes. He's clearing it. He's cleared it in, 7 of his last 9 games. And they just refuse to mark him up. The reason being is because you don't game plan for a guy like TJ McConnell, right? He comes off the bench, and the Pacers have so much depth. The bench is why they're 2-1. Let's just call a spade a spade. We all praised OKC for having the best bench in the NBA. That is not the case. The Pacers' leading scorer for last game was Mathurin, who came off
the bench. Not even the Pacers' leading scorer?
Like,
he was unbelievable. He was unbelievable.
Yeah, so like he had 27. Like, the leading scorer comes off the bench. There aren't many teams that maybe the Celtics and Peyton Pritchard, you wouldn't be shocked. But just off the top of my head, I that's something that's not normal, right?
No, definitely not.
And OKC has been, to me, in my mind, Carlisle is winning this coaching advantage. He's winning his coaching matchup because OKC stopped playing ball like OKC, and they're trying to adjust to the Pacers. Yeah. You can't do that. Like, you have to do what got you here, in my opinion. Like,
I agree.
Whatever you're trying to match up, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do small ball, and we're going to do – no. Put Hartenstein and Chet both in the starting lineup. Hartenstein has been balling up until this series. You take him out the starting lineup, you mess with a dude's psyche. Like, a lot of guys are, like, very routine, right? They're very superstitious, like Hefe says, and I do agree with that 100% because I've heard multiple NBA players say it on their podcast. When you take a guy out of his routine, like, even if it's something simple as eat cookies before the game, you take his cookies away, he's not the same guy. So,
Joe, question for you on that, though, because on the same point as OKC is not running exactly the same way they're playing, neither are the Pacers. They're the run-and-gun Pacers, and they're killing them in the half-court offense. So, I mean –
But this is something that was a weakness. This is why I say Carlisle's winning the coaching advantage. When the Pacers played the Knicks were a lot closer because they slowed it down.
Yeah.
And the games that they won were definite. They forced the Pacers to have half-court offense.
Yep.
Carlisle, during that week break between the Knicks series and this series, he found, like, okay, this is what we're going to do because this has to be addressed. That wasn't playing to OKC's point. It was, what are our weaknesses and what can we do better?
Totally fair.
Also, if you look at the team stats, the Pacers have been the team that's like, they usually don't play defense. Their defense has been abnormally good this series alone. Points off of turnovers, OKC, that's what they're known for. They're known for turning you over, scoring, and now you're trying to shoot threes to get back in the game, and before you know it, you lost by double digits because the formula works. So the Pacers have adjusted, and I think that they're playing their best basketball right now. And think about it, Nembhard and Naismith have yet to score over 15 points a game, and those are 2 starters. So, like, they don't care about who gets the accolades. They don't care about the stats. They care about winning, and everybody's bought in. When you look at the last 2 games, Halliburton has been much more aggressive in the first half. It's like, you can't wait until 15 minutes of the game is left to try to come back. No.
Agreed.
He's been aggressive in the first half. So, all that said, I'm still taking OKC -3 in the first half.
I respect it, though.
I think that, one, they are the better team. They are going to play desperate. And the Pacers, from what I've seen this entire playoff run, whenever they're up or they have the advantage or they're in the driver's seat, they take their foot off the gas in the first half. That's just what they do. Don't know why. Like, they're just like the Knicks in a way. they're used to being the underdog. They're used to coming back from behind. They don't like when people buy into them. So OKC in desperation with the record that they've had with the most double-digit leads, I expect them to come out and be dominant. The Pacers are not a better team at home historically. So give me the first half -3 on the Thunder.
I'm with you. I'm on the full game -6, and it's my favorite play today. The Thunder are a significantly more talented and better basketball team than the Pacers. The Pacers did their job. They needed to win at least one game in this series, or in this being back at home, which they did. They really need to win this one too, but I just don't see it happening. I think the Thunder will be very well prepared for this game. I think SGA is going to be more of a facilitator in this game. He's not going to be able to keep taking those really bad shots, those step back threes. It's just not his game. That's just not what he is good at. He's good at so many things. He's the MVP for a reason. But stepping back, long shots, trying to do all that without utilizing his teammates is not the strength of SGA. And I think he's going to play more within himself today. It's going to be a more team effort from the Thunder today. And I think they win this game by 15-plus points. 15-plus points. I think it's going to be an absolute rout from the Thunder tonight. Now, that's not saying I think the rest of the series is going to go that way. But in this specific game, down 2-1, the Thunder need to show up and put everything they have on the table. And I do believe we will see that out of them. Give me the Thunder -6. It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite play of the entire day in any sport. JD, over to you. What do you got?
Guys, I don't have a lot to add here. You guys definitely said that well. I am on the first half play here. The Thunder, the entire season, they've been a great first half team.
Yep.
And then off of a loss, they've been a great team off of a loss. So I am just combining that here, and I am playing them on the first half. You can still get a 3.5 here at some shops. It is actually creeping up to actually 4 now. So that's one where if you like it, I would go ahead and get that in. As far as the totals in this series, that's how I've been playing this. This game, I'm actually going to lay off.
Same.
Yeah, I'm going to lay off the total here, and I just want the Thunder. I just want the Thunder to come out and get the job done. I said it a little bit yesterday. They are down 2-1 in the series, but to win the series, they are still -225.
That tells you everything you need to know of what at least the sports books think.
Right. So I think that definitely tells you everything. And then if not, just like we also talked about, the Pacers may just be that team.
Of destiny. They may be the team of destiny. It feels like that way.
Because a lot of their games, as far as especially during the playoffs here, numbers just haven't made sense. Like the math just hasn't worked.
Yep.
Exactly.
They could just actually be that team. But anyway, I'm here no matter what. I think that the Thunder come out very strong here in the first half, and that's also where the Pacers, where we've seen them, besides the last game, they haven't really been a first half team.
Right.
So that's where, I am actually all over that here.
I'm in the same boat as you. All right, gentlemen, any other props you want to go over before we dive into our new best bet segment?
I got one more.
What you got for us, Joe?
Benedict Mathurin over 11.5 points at +100. I'm taking it, dude.
That's scary, bro. That's scary.
Isn't it?
That's the biggest bait of the whole slate. He just went off for 20? He just went off, right?
27.
He just went for 27, and they're going to put it at 11.5 when he was the story of the game. And everyone sees that and goes, oh, this guy just scored 27. Only 11. That's scary, bro. I'm not saying it's not going to hit. That would be a little scary.
Hear me out. Head-to-head, he's cleared this in 83% of his games, right? He's averaged 13 or more. Like, he's averaged 13 or more. So his matchup and his minutes are going up. And it's also the shots that he's taking. When I looked at last game, it's not just step back threes. No,
he was getting to the rack.
TJ is giving him assists going towards the basket. So it's not like he's doing something abnormal. So, yeah, man. The last 4 games, he's at 18-5. That was a game he got messed up in the head. 18-5, 14, and 27. So 12 at plus money is just, if I lose it, I lose it. That's
I respect it. 100%. JD, what do you think of that prop?
I could understand both sides of it here. It's one that I would just probably stay away from.
We'll see. Joe, I'm going to give you hella props if you get that right, because that to me is
Yeah.
a screaming trap, but it still definitely could hit because he's been unbelievable, and you are absolutely right with the information you provided. If that's what he's averaging, if that's what he's going off for, then you definitely have an edge there. I respect it. What does this say? From Burns B. Joe has some phenomenal rants. I wouldn't call them rants. I think they're just giving some good information there, but I agree with you. Joe is fantastic. We appreciate you tuning in all the way from Baltimore. All right, boys. So everyone bear with us now, because we are now going to go into our new best bet segment. You still get the graphic for now, but we are very excited to announce a new partnership with Player Profit. Guys, Player Profit is one of an up-and-coming, different, unique ways you can do challenges to win betting and to get yourselves funded on their platform. What do I mean by that? So, on the Player Profit platform, you take the challenge. You pick a challenge that fits your style. Then you have to get past that challenge. And if you pass their challenge, you get funded. What that means is they're going to fund your bets. You are going to make bets on their platform, and there is a revenue split program, which you are using their money to gamble. The only way you can get to that part, though, is by taking their challenge and proving to them that you are worthy of investing in so that you make bets together on their platform. It's a really unique way to go about it. There's a real cheap way you guys can get in and attempt the challenge. We have all these promo codes to make it easier for you. But I'm going to kick it over to JD. JD, it'll be a little easier if we show them what we're talking about.
I'd say, yeah. But and actually, before I pull up that, this is a way, guys, for, as far as your bankroll goes. If you're betting and your bankroll is not where you want it to be, so like if if you're say betting small, but actually like you're doing well. I mean, like you your stuff, and say like you want to bet with actually like 10 grand, to have a $10,000 bankroll. This is how you go about doing that. Yeah. And there's different levels. You can do 1,000, 5,000, 10, 25, 50, and then all the way up to 100,000 here. So there's up to you. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm just going to show you just on the back end here a little bit how. So this is one that actually we're currently doing. So actually, like, as far as phase one, we are doing phase one, and actually, like, as far as our best bets, we are actually using those for this. So to get past phase action one, you have a certain number of picks here that you can see. You have to have at least 20 picks. You actually can have more than that, but you have to have at least 20 picks though. Now, your overall goal in phase one, like I said, this account that we are in is the one for actually like 25K. So actually like these like numbers do like change depending on which one you're going for, but the profit that we are looking to move on is 5,000. So you're trying to take your actual bankroll here and actually increase it by 5,000, and then you move on to actually like phase actually 2. Yep. But while like you're doing that, they want you to do this the actual like smart way, guys. Like you can't chase. It's gonna be none of that. The maximum daily loss that you can lose in one day is $2,500. So like I said, you just got to play it smart. And then the maximum loss that you can have just as far as on total is you can go down $3,750. So that's the max that actually like you like could like lose. Yep. So you could go down actually like 3,000 and actually work your way back up. And actually, like, that's fine.
Absolutely.
You just can't go past that. So that's kind of a quick way of like showing you like how it all works. But like I said, we are currently doing one. So this one is actually for 25K, and this is where our best bets are actually going to come from here. Yep. Alpha, he has his best bet today. OKC -6, got that at -110. So we are risking $275. That's going to pay out $525. Then you have my best bet. We're playing the Dodgers run line. We're getting that on here at a nice +124. So we're going to risk $250 there for the payout of $560. And then we got Joe's best bet, which is TJ McCashconnell over 13.5 PRAs. And as you can see there, we're risking $287.50 to win $237. So that is what we are doing. Those are our best bets. And so as actually far as these actually like as as far as these accounts go, you can just ride with us. I mean, like, you can literally just like use our plays and ride along with us, or you can use your own plays. You know, you can do whatever you want that I should do here. But it's just a cool way to be able to bet with the amount of money that you wish you could, but you maybe just can't.
It's a way to bet without your own money and make real money in the process.
Right. Yes. So another thing, as far as today goes, this is a special that they are running just today. As far as the accounts goes, if you actually get a 10K account, you actually get 5K free added on to that, and then it goes up. If you get 25K, you're getting 10K free. 50, get an extra 25, and if you go for the 100K, you're going to get an extra 50 added on.
Yep. And it doesn't cost what it says on the screen, guys. If you wanted to get $1,000 account, it costs $30, and you could start one of these challenges. So we didn't really go over that. The entry point is around $30 if you want to do one of the lower level challenges, and you could do these challenges as many times as you want to try and get funded. So give it a shot. Give it a shot. It's pretty interesting. We wanted to partner with these guys because this is something unique. This is something different. And it's a way some of our viewers who can't afford to put up a ton of bets every single day and wager that much on every single day betting, you could do a challenge here where you pay a $30 fee and you have to go through the whole challenge to get funded by them. So it's a really unique way. You guys can check it out. And our promo code for it is MBM. DM us if you have any questions. We're going to be going over this every single day for the foreseeable future. They are now the proud sponsors of our Best Bet segment. So we'll be going over this every day. And like JD said, we're going to be putting our best bets in as a challenge every day. So you can follow, copy us, do what we're doing, put your own bets in there. You could show us what's working for you. It's really cool and a unique and fun way and a different kind of spin on sports gambling. So we're really excited to have this and to be partnered with them going forward.
And also, as far as to get in there, there is a special link that actually we have. If you're on YouTube, it's right down here. You'll be able to click on it. If you're on X, we have a tweet that has that link posted. You'll be able to see that. But always, whenever you're in there, use promo code MBM, and that will get you some money knocked off. So
yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's the best way to go about it. All right, boys, just as a refresher, my best bet for the day is the OKC Thunder -6. JD is the Dodgers on the run line. And Joe, what was yours one more time?
TJ McConnell over 13.5 PRA.
That's right. There we go. And those are the three best bets of the day. Like we said, any questions about player profit, shoot us a DM. We'll hear from you. But Joe, any parting words for the people before we get the fuck out of here today?
Oh, like my boy DJ Khaled said, you either win with us or watch us win.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. JD, do that thing you do where after you finish, I get to copy you and then we get to get out of here.
Guys, it is Friday. For actually most people, the week is now over. So yeah, I hope that everybody's weekend is very nice. Everybody has some fun, and yeah, as far as tonight and this weekend, let's fucking win.
Let's fucking win, baby. We'll be back Monday, same time, same place. You know where to find us. Peace, everybody.